Simon Cowell was born on October 7, 1959, in London. From the outside, his childhood looked comfortable. His family lived in Hertfordshire and enjoyed a stable life. But comfort does not always mean closeness. Simon often described his upbringing as emotionally distant. His mother, Julie Brett, had once been a ballet dancer and carried herself with elegance. But affection in the household was quiet and rarely spoken. His father, Eric Cowell, worked in the music industry and believed strongly in discipline and results. Praise was rare, and young Simon often felt he had to prove himself. At school, he struggled to fit the traditional mold. Teachers saw him as restless and rebellious, while Simon simply felt misunderstood. He left school with few qualifications and little direction. Yet those early feelings of being overlooked planted a powerful motivation in him. Even then, the desire to succeed and be recognized had already begun to grow. Finding a first step in music. After leaving school, Simon drifted through several small jobs without finding a clear path. Eventually, his father helped him get a position in the mailroom at EMI Music Publishing. It was the lowest rung of the ladder in a glamorous industry. Every day he sorted fan letters and watched producers and executives walk by without noticing him. But while the job seemed ordinary, Simon used it as a classroom. He listened carefully to conversations, observed how decisions were made, and began learning how the music business really worked. He realized success in entertainment was not only about talent. Timing, presentation, and understanding audiences mattered just as much. At times, he considered quitting, but he returned with a stronger determination to learn everything he could. The mailroom years taught him patience and observation. Though he felt invisible at times, those quiet days quietly shaped the instincts that would later define his career. The risk of building something new. By the early 1980s, Simon had moved into a junior A&R role. With growing confidence, he decided to take a risk and start his own label with a colleague. The company, known as Fanfare Records, focused on pop music and novelty hits. At first, things went surprisingly well. One of their early releases climbed the charts, bringing Simon attention and financial success. For the first time, he felt like a true player in the music industry. He attended events, built connections, and experienced the excitement of success. But the music world changes quickly. Trends shifted, and the label struggled to keep up. Sales slowed, deals fell apart, and financial pressure mounted. Within a few years, the company collapsed. Simon was suddenly facing serious financial problems and uncertainty. The rise had been fast, but the fall was just as swift. The experience was painful, yet it taught him resilience and humility. Starting over after failure. After the collapse of his label, Simon found himself at a difficult crossroads. At 30 years old, he had to move back into his parents' home while figuring out how to rebuild his career. It was a humbling moment for someone who had recently tasted success. Many people around him assumed his career was finished, yet Simon refused to give up. Instead, he began consulting for record companies and pitching ideas wherever he could. During this period, he developed a clearer philosophy about the music business. Rather than chasing critical approval, he focused on what everyday listeners actually enjoyed. Catchy melodies and relatable performers often connected with audiences more than experimental artistry. This insight guided many of his future decisions. Slowly, he rebuilt his reputation, signing and developing acts that sold millions of records. The setback that once seemed like the end of his story eventually became the foundation of a wiser and more strategic approach. Discovering success through television. Everything changed when Simon entered television. In 2001, he became a judge on the British singing competition Pop Idol. Unlike traditional talent shows that offered gentle feedback, Simon spoke with direct honesty. Some viewers found his comments blunt, but others appreciated the authenticity. The show became a major success, and Simon quickly became one of its most talked about personalities. A year later, he brought the concept to the United States with American Idol. The program quickly became one of the most watched television shows in the country. Viewers tuned in not only for the contestants, but also for Simon's straightforward critiques. Beneath the sharp comments was a deep knowledge of the industry and an ability to recognize genuine potential. Artists such as Kelly Clarkson and Carrie Underwood emerged from the show and went on to build remarkable careers. Simon had discovered a new stage where his instincts and personality could shine, creating a global entertainment empire. Following the success of American Idol, Simon expanded his vision. He launched the X Factor in the United Kingdom and later developed the Got Talent franchise. These shows opened the door to performers of all kinds, from singers and dancers to magicians and comedians. One unforgettable moment came when Susan Boyle's audition captured the attention of viewers around the world. The format spread rapidly, eventually appearing in dozens of countries. Through his company, Simon helped create an international entertainment network, reaching hundreds of millions of viewers. Along the way, he played a role in launching groups like One Direction and Little Mix. His ability to identify performers who could connect with large audiences became his signature skill. By the early 2010s, he had become one of the most influential figures in television entertainment, turning simple audition stages into global cultural events. A turning point in personal life. Despite professional success, Simon's personal life remained complicated. In 2013, he faced intense public attention when his relationship with Lauren Silverman became widely known. The situation was challenging and brought significant scrutiny from the media, yet it also led to an unexpected and transformative moment. In February 2014, Simon's son Eric was born. Becoming a father changed his outlook in ways he had never anticipated. He often speaks about how parenthood shifted his priorities and gave him a deeper sense of purpose. The fast-paced world of television still surrounded him, but family life began to take center stage. He made more time for home and discovered joy in everyday moments that had once seemed ordinary. Friends and colleagues noticed the difference. The sharp television personality was still there, but there was also a gentler side emerging, a reminder to slow down. In 2020, Simon experienced a serious accident while testing an electric bike at his home. The fall caused significant injuries that required surgery and a long recovery period. For someone used to constant movement and busy schedules, the experience was a powerful reminder of how fragile health can be. Rehabilitation demanded patience, determination, and support from family. Over time, he gradually regained strength and mobility. The experience encouraged him to rethink his pace of life. Instead of pushing forward endlessly, he began focusing more on well-being and balance. He spent more time with loved ones and paid closer attention to health and rest. The accident, though difficult, ultimately became a turning point that reminded him of what truly matters. It encouraged a slower rhythm and a deeper appreciation for each day. Learning through loss and reflection, life also brought moments of personal loss that shaped Simon's outlook. The passing of his parents in earlier years left a deep impression on him, reminding him of the importance of family connections. Later, the unexpected death of former One Direction member Liam Payne deeply affected the entertainment world. For Simon, who had helped guide the group's early career, the loss was especially emotional. It served as another reminder that success and fame do not protect anyone from life's unpredictability. In private moments, he reflected on the many young artists who had crossed his path and the responsibility that came with helping shape their careers. Experiences like these encouraged him to focus more on kindness and encouragement when working with performers. The lessons of time and loss gradually softened the once famously strict judge into a mentor who valued humanity as much as talent. A legacy beyond fame today, Simon Cowell stands as one of the most recognizable figures in modern entertainment. His shows continue to reach audiences around the world, and the artists he helped introduce have shaped entire generations of music fans. Yet his perspective has evolved over time. He now speaks less about competition and more about opportunity. Much of his attention has shifted toward family life and charitable efforts, particularly projects that support young people and creative education. He has often said that success means more when it creates chances for others. At home, he spends quiet time with his son, enjoying simple routines that balance the extraordinary career he built. The once relentless pace has softened into something steadier. Simon's journey, from an uncertain young man in a mailroom to a global television figure, shows how persistence, reflection, and growth can transform a life.